Good afternoon, scholars. This video is to show you what process I go through while I'm providing feedback. And then I'm going to show you how I'm going to directly model giving feedback to two different biographies that were submitted to me on Wednesday. And then the video is going to go over to those two scholars, and they are going to show you how they take my feedback and how they make edits live to improve their writing. The reason why is because Friday is your day to be making edits to your Alexander the Great biography and resubmitting them into Google Classroom. The final biography will be due at noon on Saturday. That's when I'm going to start grading it. So make sure you're getting to your feedback and you're making those edits early. So this is the teacher side of Google Classroom right now. I'm going to click on Tuesday 3/24. And it says Alexander the Great, Wednesday 3/25, excuse me. Alexander the Great biography, day number 1. So I am going to look at Naomi's writing right now, and I'm going to give direct feedback live, and I'm going to show you the process that I go through while making that feedback to make it clearer for you. So Naomi has submitted her assignment to me. This is what the teacher side of Google Classroom looks like. So I have her assignment here, and all I do when I grade these assignments is I take the rubric and I read through the writing, and I check off the different parts of the rubric that is being accomplished. If I get here and I notice right off the bat, like if I looked at Naomi's writing and it was like way off task, it's not even close, what I would do was highlight something up here and I would write, watch this video again to make edits. Something like that. Or if I comment something like this and I mention at cwoods@bronxarts.net. That means you should contact Mr. Woods. That means Mr. Woods needs to help you with your writing to get you back on task. If I don't do any of that, you should continue and look at the feedback. So again, I'm going to use the rubric and I'm going to grade Naomi's writing right now. So first of all, it mentions the name of the person being written about and what their career was. Does she do that? Alexander the Great was the famous king of Macedonia. She does do that. And then I take the rubric. Does the introduction provide two pieces of background information about that person? Well, let's see here. Alexander started his role as a king at age 16, quickly after his father passed away. Yep, that's background info. Alexander was a very powerful leader because he had the respect of many and owned a lot of land. Two pieces of background info, that's really great. So I might even comment and say, this is a very strong start to your biography. That means you shouldn't change anything at all. So what is the next step? The introduction includes a general statement on the person's importance throughout history with references from the past and the present. Let's see if Naomi does that. He was a significant leader in the past because he signaled the beginning of a new era. He is still crucial to this day because he taught Greece a new way of fighting. So what I'm going to comment here is I don't really see the connection to the present. Why would this be important to a person studying him in the present? So when Naomi sees that comment, she should kind of go back in here and make an edit like, oh, I need to be clear and I need to tell Mr. Bizon exactly why is Alexander the Great important in the present. So now she needs to preview the biography. She needs to tell me the two different opinions of historians related to the person being written about. Alexander the Great, she needs to tell me that they believe he was a golden ruler and some believe that he was not a golden ruler, and she needs to give me a reason why for each. Some may say that Alexander the Great was an amazing leader because he had many people's respect and influenced people's way of doing things. However, others may say Alexander the Great is a villain because it is said he killed his own father and ruined the lives of many innocent people. What I'm going to ask Naomi to do here is you need to reference whether or not he is a golden ruler. She kind of infers at that, but she doesn't directly tell me she doesn't tell me that Alexander the Great was a golden ruler and was not a golden ruler, and that's kind of the direction I want you to go in your body paragraphs. So it's strong, but it's not perfect. Let's move on down to the body paragraph. So when Naomi sees this, she's going to make those edits, and again, the video is going to kick to her after this, and she will make those edits live and explain her thinking live. But those are the only edits I kind of want her to make. And when you click on the edits, it tells you which part you need to change or which part the edits are the feedback is directed towards. So now let's look at our body paragraph. She needs to start by giving background info about the person, and it needs to seamlessly lead into a strong claim and analytical reason why Alexander the Great would be considered a golden ruler in history. I'm going to highlight this and tell her that's what she missed above. This is what was missing in your intro. Make that comment there. So it says Alexander the Great was considered one of the most influential kings of Greece. Background info, that's very good. Many analysts say that Alexander was very powerful because he quickly, without hesitation, took over his dad's place and even respected his enemies. Again, she doesn't make that link to golden, and also she shouldn't be saying analysts, she should be saying historians here. No link to golden. That's what she's missing here. Again, she's going to hopefully make those edits when she does her feedback. One piece of evidence supporting that Alexander is very powerful is stated in Alexander the Great, Facts, Biographies, and Accomplishments. At age 16, Philip II decided to leave his son in charge of Macedonia while he was away on a campaign. Alexander took advantage of the opportunity by defeating the Thracian people called the Madai and founding Alexandropolis. That is so tough to say. A city he named after himself, and that's why it's tough to say. This evidence proves that Alexander is very powerful because he did not wait for his father to come back. He listened to what his father said and conquered cities quickly. So again, this is decent evidence, but it doesn't fully connect to Alexander being a golden ruler. Hopefully she'll make those edits when she sees that. She moves on. Also, she should be introducing this evidence in a full sentence better. Also, in another text, and then she should say the text name. It states, although Alexander is characterized by the Persians as a destroyer, a reckless and somewhat fearless youth, the evidence suggested that he retained, and I'm going to call her out here. I'm pretty sure she copied and pasted there. Otherwise, it wouldn't have formatted like that. But it's evidence, so that's not a terrible thing. Although Alexander is characterized by the Persians as a destroyer, a reckless and somewhat fearless youth, the evidence suggests that he retained a healthy respect for the Persians themselves. This proves that even though the Persians were his enemies, he still had respect for them. Again, she's not linking to golden. So at this point, I'm just going to put golden question mark because she knows where I'm getting at here. And then I'm actually going to kind of highlight what she did well here. So she introduces a claim and reason, but it's not about him being a golden ruler in history. So I'm actually not going to be able to give her credit here. No credit for the claim due to lack of golden. And she does give me two pieces of evidence, right? But they don't link to being a golden ruler. So I can't give her a 3 here. I can give her a 2. The body paragraph provides 2 pieces of evidence related to the accomplishments of Alexander the Great and includes reasoning explaining the accomplishments, but the reasoning lacks a clear link to golden. If you provide a link to golden, this becomes a 3 out of 3. So pretty much if Naomi fixes her claim and then redirects her evidence and reasoning to be back to supporting the claim that Alexander is a golden ruler, she'll get full credit on this. So I'm actually going to write that in the comments. Naomi, you missed the task of linking Alexander back to being a golden ruler. If you make the edits, you will get full credit because your background, info, and evidence is strong. Let's see how many mistakes I made during that because I could not see that behind my head. So I can't even see it right now, but Naomi will be able to see that private comment, and then she will film herself taking this feedback and making edits. I will paste it at the end of this video so that you can watch it.
So I have my intro and my body paragraph, and I should probably see if Mr. Bison put anything. So I should probably go over these comments and resubmit for a better score. So this is assuming that I should keep that because it was already good to begin with. Why would this be important for a person studying him in the present? Well, maybe I could put Alexander the Great is important to study to this day because people can gain leadership skills / techniques from him. And then you need to refer, well, if I need to refer to him being a golden ruler, then I probably would need to change this to a golden leader. Well, I don't really know how to link it back to the word wall, so Leah, do you have any idea how I could do that?
Yeah, so when you write it, you can probably talk about like this shows that he was respected and had enough power to keep his people safe.
Showing that he was respected and had enough power to keep his people safe. And then probably not a golden ruler because. So, do you know how I would link that back to the word wall?
Yeah, so if he's not a golden leader, you can talk about like this shows that he should not be trusted as a leader because he killed his own father.
So, leading to less trust in him as a leader. So then, okay, so now that we fixed my introduction, I'm pretty sure we should probably go to my body paragraph. And the first thing that I see is no link to golden in your claim, so I would probably need to change very powerful to a golden ruler. And then I know if I press the check mark, it will just change for me automatically, so let me just accept that. Resolve. And no link to golden. So let me just change very powerful to a golden ruler. So I'm not really sure how to link him back. So do you know how to do that, Leo?
Yeah, you could say something like that he was strong enough to allow his empire to grow even at such a young age.
So proving he was strong enough to grow his empire even at such a young age. So let me just resolve that. And in another text. And he was a golden ruler. And then I just need to link the reasoning back to golden. So this proves that Alexander was a golden ruler. Because, do you know how I would link that back, Leo?
Yeah, you can say like that Alexander was a golden ruler because he was respected by even his enemies, which can show that he was trustworthy.
So he was respected by even his enemies, proving He was trustworthy. So let me just see if grammar is correct. Document looks good, so let me just resolve that, and I think I'm ready to hand it in.
All right, Naomi and Leah, thank you for looking at my comments and making the feedback edits that you needed to make to get a better score. So as you notice, after Naomi presses the turn in button, it will send back to me. I've already gone through this again. Remember the first time that I sent Naomi her document, I did not have a grade on it. I only gave the comments. This time when I send it back to her, it will have the grade on it. She made the edits she needed to make. Mainly, she was missing that connection of Alexander the Great being a golden or a not golden ruler. So thank you, Naomi, and thank you, Leah, for helping her finalize the strong connections to Alexander being a golden or a not golden ruler. So how did Naomi do that? What you all should be doing, be aware, as you are writing, you should be linking everything back to the Golden Age Word Wall Digital Edition. When you open this up, you can open it in a new window, and it has all the categories that we talked about were categories of a golden age. So when I ask you, is Alexander the Great a golden ruler, it needs to link back to this. You should have this open as you are writing. Again, if you need any help, send me an email and I can try to help you out as best as possible. Other than that, good luck on writing your biographies.